Oh, ooh, Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. Today we're going to be talking about The Expert at the Card Table by S.W. Erdnase. I gotta say, there's some dark stuff in here. But if you want to pick up yours today, you can go ahead and click the link below. This is a must-have for anybody getting into magic, or if you don't have it and you're into magic, pick it up, right? And if, as a side note, if you do have this one, they came out with a newer version with some extra little goodies. So check that one out. That one's kind of cool. It has it's stylized and all that. Anyway, I want to read to you some of the context from what's in here, but I'm gonna have to be very creative with how I say the words for the sake of keeping it as open as possible for all audiences. So you might be asking yourself, who is S.W. Erdnase? Early on, it was noticed that when this name is spelled backward, it becomes E.S. Andrews. Half a century ago, I was instrumental in tracking down the author's true identity. He was Milton Franklin Andrews, a native of Hartford, Connecticut, who left home as a youth to become one of the nation's most successful card swindlers. Wow. A man with a violent temper and a fondness for late night workers, he was wanted by the police as a prime suspect in the unaliving of Bessie Bouton, one of his many girlfriends in Cold Springs, Colorado. In 1905, when the San Francisco police finally located Andrews and broke into his apartment, he tragically ended his own life and the woman living with him. He was only 33. The sordid details of Andrew's character and ignorable life are covered thoroughly in The Man Who Was Erdnase, a book on which Jeff Busby and I assisted the author, Bart Whaley. Definitely one that I'm going to look into. The Man Who Was Erdnase. Let me write that down mentally. It was published in 1991 by Busby, who owns a magic supply house in Wallace, Idaho. Whaley's richly illustrated and carefully documented biography also discusses many recent improvements on Andrew's methods. Wowzers. That's a lot to take in, right? That this is the story behind Erdnase. So I definitely want to pick up that book for some reading, and maybe we'll pick up some books and we'll do some reading roundtables on some magicians of the past. Ooh, that could be fun. I really love history, so big fan of that. Now, what I like to do when I do my book reviews is I like to go over the glossary, because that's where all the information is. And then what we might do is we might go through the book and find something to teach you at the end. That way we're giving something back for you watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe. It really does help out the channel, and you can see more videos just like this. Okay, so contents. Forward, which we were just looking at, the preface, and the introduction. Don't forget when you're reading magic books to look at the introduction and the conclusion, for the prologue and epilogue may contain some really stellar magic that's just hidden in there. We found that out with Drawing Room Deceptions by Guy Holland. Keep that in mind. Okay, card table artifice. Now, something that they did mention briefly at the end there, where they released another book. That's exactly what we're talking about. Is it even says in here that Erdnase intentionally made some of his tricks very awkward so as to preserve some of the secrets, to make it so that it was a little bit harder than it needed to be, and there have been methods discovered and created that are just easier to do than that. So just keep in mind that this is a great place to start. And there's another thing in here, like this, just as another piece of tidbit information. Ricky Jay, a very successful magician, performs almost verbatim a trick from this book in his act, or he did many years ago. But that's incredible, right out of the book, and he's just taking it to stage. That's good stuff. Where are we at here? Professional secrets, holdouts, prepared cards, confederacy, two methods of shuffling, primary accomplishments, possibilities of the blind, uniformity of action, deportment, display of ability, greatest single accomplishment, effect of suspicion, acquiring the art, importance of details. Technical terms, Erdnase system of blind shuffles. So these are the blind shuffles as follows: is the retain the top stock, and shuffle whole deck, retain bottom stack and shuffle whole deck. Erdnase system of the blind riffles and cuts, blind riffles. To retain the top stock, to retain the bottom stock, blind cuts. To retain the bottom stock, top losing one card. To retain complete stock, retain top stock, retain bottom stock. Combination riffle and cuts. Retain bottom stock. Fancy blind cuts. A lot of stuff here. Retain complete stock, retain complete... Well, both of those are the same. But okay. I guess there's two different kinds. Let's see. Talking about crimping, jogging, crimping again, jogging again. So a lot of things to happen there. Bottom dealing, top and bottom dealing. With one hand, second dealing. Ordinary methods of stocking, locating, and securing. Stock shuffle. Erdnase system of stock shuffle. I mean, this is all about, like, so far it's all about shuffling the deck, which means you're literally spending all this time learning the first half of the book, and all you're really doing is just shuffling the deck. This is so that you can learn how to shuffle the deck in any way possible to make it seem as fair as possible. And you might not use all of these methods, but it might be something nice to have. I apologize. Whoa. Too early for that. Erdnase system of stock shuffling. Calling shuffles. Palming. Top palm. Bottom palm. Two-handed shuffle. Erdnase shift. One hand and two hands. To ascertain the top cards while riffling and reserve them at bottom. That's a good one. Holding the hand, skinning the hand, the player without an ally, dealing without the cut, replacing the cut as follows, or as before, holding out for the cut, shuffling the cut, dealing too many, crimping for the cut, replacing palm when cutting, the short deck, 3-card Monty. It's a good one. Leisure Domain, shuffles. Bunch of shuffles, shifts. Let's see. The blind shuffle for securing selected card, forcing, palming, the back palm. Changes, the top change, the bottom change, the palm change, the double palm change. Transformations, 2 hands. First method, second method, third method, fourth, all the way to the 6th method. Transformations, 1 hand. First method, second method. Blind shuffles, 5 methods there. Methods for methods for determining a card thought of by riffle, springing flourish, cut, and gaze. To get sight of selected card, the slide. Favorite sleights for terminating tricks, catching 2 cards at fingertips, leaving selected card in hand of spectator. The revolution, cards rising from the hand. Card tricks. Explanatory, the exclusive Cartier, the divining rod, the invisible flight, tricks with the prearranged deck, the traveling cards, the row of 10 cards, the acrobatic jacks, a mind-reading trick, power of concentrated thought, the acme of control, the card and handkerchief, the top and bottom production, the 3 aces, the cat and the card and the hat. Wow. 129 pages. A lot of stuff in that book. The one that jumps out at me the most is the Acrobatic Jacks. Let's go ahead and take a look at that one today. 121. Let's see what I was working on, because I always have a card in these books. Transformations. Ooh. Wowzers. Looks hard. 120. What do we say? It was 121. So I actually performed the card through handkerchief from this. I've done it on the channel. So that's fun. What am I missing here? You'd think that it would be bold, but it's not. The Acrobatic Jacks. So we got some bold letter, things over here, but over here it's not. So what I will do is I will read to you the effect and see what we got going on. As follows. In effect, the jacks are placed by the company at top, bottom, and middle of the deck and keep constantly changing position in most remarkable manner. Sleights, one- and two-handed shifts, patter, and execution. Ladies and gentlemen, you have all doubtless been interested or amused at one time or another by the remarkable performance of educated animals. The dog, the pony, the elephant, and even the pig have all been carefully trained to understand and obey each word or sign of their master. But have you ever witnessed the performance of an educated pack of cards? You do not know the cards can be. You do not know the cards can be educated? Wow, yeah. I assure you that it is quite possible, and I shall demonstrate the truth of my assertion. Moreover, I have discovered in my efforts to educate my 52 pupils that they, like the members of any other family, possess certain individual characteristics or temperaments, and I have endeavored to develop the special talents of each in the direction most in keeping with the natural bend. I shall select the 4 jacks for the purpose of illustrating how an original athletic tendency that was early manifested by them has been developed by a system of training until they have acquired a degree of skill in acrobatic feats that is truly remarkable. I wish 2 ladies or gentlemen in the audience to assist me by each holding 2 of the jacks. Give 2 red jacks to the spectator, then whom we shall designate as A, and 2 black jacks to the second spectator, whom we shall call B. Then to A, will you, sir, or ma'am, place one of the red jacks on top of the deck? Thank you. And will you, to B, place one of the black jacks in the middle of the deck? Open pack with left thumb bookwise, ready for Charlier pass. And when jack is inserted, shift packets. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a red jack on top and a black jack in the middle. And as a first display of your intelligence and training, I shall order them to change places. Ready? Go. Click deck with little finger and show change has taken place. Hand jacks back to A and B. You see that they are quite active and very obedient. We shall try them again and place them further apart. To A, place your red jack at the bottom. To B, place your red jack on top. Now observe, I shall not touch the cards. Make gesture with right hand as if to show that this hand would be the most necessarily employed, and as attention is attracted to it, shift with the left. But shall command the jacks to perform a somersault from the top and bottom and meet in the middle. Attention, go. Click deck, show top and bottom cards, then show jacks in the middle. Close deck with little finger between jacks and shift with both hands. That was a forward somersault, ladies and gentlemen, but they perform backwards just as easily. I shall show you. Ready, go. Click deck and show jacks back at top and bottom. I trust I have impressed you somewhat with the intelligence and ability the jacks possess in themselves, but for fear you may fancy that I have anything to do with their performance, I, shall call upon all 4 jacks to execute their grand and lofty tumbling at the same time. And I need not to say to you, ladies and gentlemen, that however clever I might be, I could not possibly, of my own power, instantaneously change the positions of 4 cards at 4 different points. Give back jacks to A and B, and have A place his at top and bottom, and B place his 2 in the middle. Insert little finger between middle jacks and make it shift with both hands. Now please remember the order. The red 2 jacks are at the top and bottom, and the 2 black jacks are in the middle. This time, I shall order the 4 to play leapfrog, and each take the place of the other. Ready, go. May click and show the changes that take place. I cannot doubt, after this demonstration, that you are quite satisfied. The jacks have been fairly well trained, and I am now going to make them perform their acrobatic feats very slowly, so that you may all see just how it is done. Give back jacks to A and B, and then to A, place your 2 red jacks again at the top and bottom, then to B. Now we shall have yours again in the middle, but stop. On second thought, as you are to see how it is done, I shall have the jacks execute their somersault while the deck is in your hands. I assure you they will perform equally well, and the moment you place your cards in the middle, I wish you to hold the deck yourself. Apparently, cut the deck in the middle, but really make 2-hand shift without bringing the 2 packets together again, holding the right hand packet a few inches over the left when shift is made. Have jacks placed between, and immediately close packets, putting deck in B's hand. Now, sir, don't hold them too firmly, and watch them perform. I shall order all 4 to come together at the middle. All ready, go. Do you see them go? Now, nor even feel them go? That is strange. They certainly obeyed me. Look at the top and bottom cards. They have gone. Now look in the middle, and you will find them all together as commanded. Wow. There's a lot to unpack there, and there's a lot in this book to go over. So, I am going to do the first part of that as I can recall it. And then I'm going to practice that and then release it to you at a later time. But that is a full-on routine of things to do with the jacks, and just reading it out there was quite a lot. So let's take a look-see here at the 4 jacks. Now you have 2 red ones and 2 black ones, and for this to work, or for what we do here, we're going to take a red jack, and we're going to place that on the top, right? And then we're going to take this jack here and place it into the center. It's in the center. It truly is. We've already messed up. What happened here? Oh, sorry. Both jacks are in the center. Messed that up. Let's try that again. Okay. Black jack is on the top. Red jack is in the center. Okay. Now we should be good with the black. That's the red jack. That's not right. Where's the black jack? There it is. That's weird. So there you go. There's a couple of those. Now, and we'll do that in practical application because that's the Charlier cut. And so basically you show that you're putting one on the top and you're opening up the pack for the Charlier. As you slide this in, you're going to stick your finger in here and complete the cut. Now you can do that undercover, but that effectively switches the cards. they switch places. Beautiful. I've done this one before, where you take the blackjacks and you put them on the top. I'll have to try to find it. But you take the red ones in the middle, just like this, and then all you have to do is turn the packet over. That's all you're doing. And you'll see that the red jacks are on the outside, and the blackjacks are in the middle. There's the other red one over here. It's really a weird conundrum of things that I don't really understand, but it's fine because the blackjacks are back on the top and bottom, so that's fine. So that one's one that I haven't done in quite a while, but it's really a fun one. And what's really nice about it is that the whole deal, it's so much interaction. So why not do it? You know what I would do with this is we taught a trick on the channel with the prediction trick that we just taught. And it would be kind of fun if we talked about a variation in that where you got a 4 of a kind. Well, even if you didn't have a 4 of a kind, you would theoretically, and this is kind of, I'm getting getting flashbacks that I've already been here in my life. So I actually created a trick combining those two things, and I'll have to try to find that and bring it back to life for you. So that's a card jam for you right there. Check out Expert at the Card Table. Check out the link below. Don't forget to subscribe. And remember, always remember, stay positive, stay active, and stay awesome. And hopefully, we see you in the next one.